the least meta changes we've ever seen, though, so that helps as well, but also just a legit team. These teams have a chance against EDG? Yeah, they're pretty much 50-50.
Not many teams run the Sova Sky, and I just love the info, like you're saying, these two
like a rematch Giants EDG will be so fun.
I think this is a very good solution to deal with Harbor Viper.
I think it absolutely is. I also think this is
not getting deadlocked this tournament. That means that it's going to get a big buff. So maybe we should all start playing it.
Over to the Jet here, and Kezen has normally been known for his race. GB, you were talking about how this series could be defined on those race maps, which tends to be Crew's strength. Pearl hasn't been the best for them in the past. They have picked up some big wins over teams, I believe, like Loud and Cloud9, but still, this has not been a map where Crew was ever consistently great. Giants, on the other hand, I think they found a good read, which could be good versus Harbor Viper, but they still haven't played against the comp.
Yeah, and we now get to see this composition really
the ult can pick up multiple people. Could you imagine?
Viper.
Yeah,
this is going to be
AoE.
quite fascinating and how it all boils down. But the question on everyone's mind, are we going to go to a map 3? Well, Giants certainly don't want that to happen. Let's see how this one all unfolds. Let's send it back over to Mitch and Tom.
Thank you, GP. Yeah, well, the audience is certainly split on which way it's going to go. Luckily, that's the third map. If it does go all the way. Pearl, though, Tom, how are you feeling about Giants' chances here? I mean, just looking at the stats, it was definitely towards the bottom of the success.
XOZ tanked it.
Yeah,
he tanked
I think it's
it out.
one of those scenarios where ultimately
These
Giants
30 minutes flew by.
that started to look strong for them towards the end of the season. I think again compositionally it looks pretty good for them. I think that like Nuke
XOZ, did you write down the name? Get revenge eventually.
Something that is going to be difficult to deal with. He makes a very good A-side anchor. As said though, this is a composition on the other side for Crew that's
Yeah, he
not
clocked
really
it.
run
Okay,
too
respect.
much within
Giants
EMEA,
on
so
defense, Crew
we'll see how they're
on
gonna be able to cope with
attack.
that,
Let's
if
see
they're
what the
gonna be ready
Cypher's
for
got. The Cypher's
what
kind of
will be a lot
nice
of
on
those Nelson walls sectioning off
since this
angles.
as well. Some
now
cool
at
trips.
least.
Also,
Gonna
the
have that
Cypher can
aggressive
be...
push directly
Cypher's very good
through
against
Harbor,
Harbor,
pushing-
first of all.
Well, I want to say
And
into the trap, but actually
it can be a
Nuke's
nightmare to play against
utility
if you don't play
is
against
not
it
played
much,
clear at
because you
all.
don't know about all the
This is
cameras.
the one avenue that's wide open for
Whoa,
the taking.
cross map
Giants
recon
again
to clear here.
expecting
It's
them
kind of
to
cool.
play towards the doors.
They
One
clear
is
all at A
forward
main, so they know that
cautious,
this is just
and Devin have a
heavy with
tougher
here.
time. And actually
Oh
keeping
man,
these
good luck
players
Nuke.
back.
Yeah, needs to kill one. Needs to kill one or stay alive. At the moment, they're kind of
Almost isolated at this point while the rest
buying
of
a
the team
lot of
makes
time.
its way
K
around.
gets
and
nothing.
yeah, he's going to be taken down once they decide to aggress for that spot.
Yeah, that is the thing with these.
Yeah, it's
sort
gonna
of
be such a
competitions,
weird,
there's only
oh,
so
that's
many
kinda cool.
places you can actually put your utility. I'm sure Crew have done their research of how best to try and isolate this man. Hoodie though has already done well, but it's Kesnet just taken over. We talk about this man as a
Oh, that was
superstar.
close
He's not
for it.
quite gonna close it with the
Just
ace.
denied.
And in fact,
Everyone needs to
Ryan
relax so we can't win.
now somehow fighting back into this one. Time up against him, and the nanos are going to shred his HP. Makes the chances of this slim to almost impossible. He has to just stick this one all the way. And now
Okay,
he's not
nicely
gonna
done from
allow for it.
Kesnet.
It's
I
Crew to
saw
get
a lot
things
of
off
cool
to a
stuff.
flying
So
start, and after losing
there's like a
both
popular
pistols in the
meta
last
that's
map,
more in
they'll be
Americas
happy to have
than
this
anywhere
one.
else that you see with after pawns. You kind of take more backside map control. It's cool that Giants have a double shock to deal with that in the most common corner. But yeah, Kesnet just Kesnet wrecked him. What else can we say then?
2 away from Bladestorm and feeling
Yeah, so we can at least see what Giants have been talking about in terms of how they wanted to approach the fact that Crew heavy prioritize like this area in the afterplant.
Yeah, that's the thing with this sort of,
Okay, and they get a pistol as well. So pistols are this at the moment, right? Obviously they didn't get a pistol into the first map, make it up to 2-1.
No, come on. Kesnet getting 1 kill. He either gets 2 kills or
Someone
he gets 1
sniped
kill
out
and dies.
XOD.
That's how
Dude,
this round's
you
gonna
can't
go.
do this, surely.
And then someone
You
else
can't
will pick up
be-
the rifle. That's why Davies hasn't bought a rifle.
It counts as
because
bullying
he
at one
knows
point.
the one's going on
Has to
the
be a,
ground.
that's to be
Yeah, and if it's not, then he'll probably after the 2 kills.
surely
Kesnet
you're
will give it
immune
to him.
after getting
Now,
timed out
on
for
the
a
other
little
side
bit.
of things,
Unless
well,
you're jolly, then that
they
can just
fully
be
went
forever.
towards Art last round, so Giants have decided, let's stack Art. 4 players here.
This
Flash contact, so important. There it is, first player spotted. Now there's the flash, but the response from Crew. They
gets
stand
annihilated.
strong.
Okay, I wasn't even worried at all.
Single player falling.
Wasn't gonna say that it
to
had
that
potential.
trap play from Giants.
Fine.
And it's again Nukia isolated, this time because the rest of his teammates are waiting for the next round. Just a classic in hand.
Mels is going to be 1 away as well now. So that they have nailed it when it comes to the ults. Other than Nagza getting that kill doesn't really help them too much in the grand scale of things. But now they can make the choice of how they want to fight for the orbs in the next round. They can either go and get themselves the Reckoning and have Kesnet as that entry. Maybe even they could invest into a rifle now onto Davies, which is exactly what they do.
That's so... Chat, stop targeting my biggest Oiler. What's going on? That's 2 30-minute timeouts.
They did do damage, just
That's not how we dream.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was distributed a bit too evenly.
It's gifted out. Pretty much everyone in chat has probably been gifted a sub at one point from him.
Bladestorm can come online. This is going to be a little bit ridiculous for the side of Giants. They have back-to-back buys to beat. And yeah, the Reckoning, I assume it's going to be used, having taken that orb. Look for the B site to be cleared out completely, make it very difficult for Nuki to do anything in the way of fighting this squad back. They do seem a bit hesitant.
Okay, big buy rounds. They take heavy over towards B-main.
I think it's just a bit too quiet. That's all it is. Drone is going to spot a fair bit of information.
Oh yeah, this rotate's coming in. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about in terms of like sometimes you don't know where the cameras are if you haven't spotted all this stuff. They at least got close and they spotted one of the trips. Everyone hides behind here, trying to create pressure elsewhere, but at the same time there's been question marks because they kind of over-rotated anyway, so instead of the flash going in over towards here, which they're kind of hoping for, or also kind of jump spot vision block also, they, 30 seconds, let's see how they do. Still 3 people here.
Like Nuki is just going to be dancing around, but he's been stunned up now. That's going to be difficult for him to really find a spot. Hold on, he's got a corner now where he's safe. He's evaded their vision. And oh no, Klaus! Lightning fast reactions to drop him. But 12 seconds, and they need to get the plant in. Nagzit is on it, and nobody can deny by the looks of things that plant is secured. Crew have lost the man advantage though. Given over to Giants and all the chaos. Doubled up on with Davies falling. And both players now in towards B Hall. Kesnet and Nagzit.
Kesnet?
Clutching it out with no utility from the Viper and no teammates to help out. A huge play needed from Nagzit.
Yeah, right, nicely handled from Giants there.
Will get on the board.
I like the idea from Crew. I thought it was kind of good in terms of hiding from the potential jump peek and then
dancing around the
sell the one-person fake. But yeah.
Crew basically they put snake bites in alongside the Reckoning to just make things that little bit more awkward for him. But it is just this utility combo. Like
pasta noodles, thank you for sending that, bro.
The cams, the trips,
thank you so much,
but also then the darts, and that's something that I think I've really enjoyed seeing Sova on this map more recently. It's
really
just with all of these screens, all this util to section off control. Having that Sova dart,
okay, huge round. Everyone hides
is so impactful for just
from the
someone on the cross. We saw even damage done to Kesnet in the early stages of the round by just an effective cam. And
everyone hides from the flash, and where do they go?
On this defensive side, have these little trap plays.
That's good. They're going to feel like they have a good timing. No one's facing them as well, so they can honestly get a lot. Oh, this burst could be great. Oh, okay, they make sound with that. They really thought someone would be at this angle. Yeah, I didn't want to take the risk too much.
And now they're stacked up, ready to fight. Orbs being contested for, being seized towards A, and that gets Giants a little curious here in all these updrafts. They've spotted a few players. That's all part of the plan. That's why Crew have left Nagzit and Davies holding down control across the map. They're intending to rotate. Hopefully selling that fake yet again or allowing Davies.
And this is great. I kind of love this as well. So a lot of the time, when you want to play against a Sky again, just having one person to get hit by a flash is great. And at the moment, no matter where they go, they're kind of going to be hit. They can self-fake info. So I like the kind of trader positions that they did here with the... Okay, didn't hit though. So now he's going to feel like he has to make a move.
Information not really had, but Hoodie is watching. He'll spot Kesnet, but dealing with him is a different beast.
It made it look like they were rotating B. Fatinho not here to have the initial fight at least. Hoodie isolated. That wall will go down soon. Fatinho's chance to answer up, but he goes through it and is dropped immediately. Even without the Bladestorm, Kesnet proves to be deadly. And it's Nuki and Cloud now on a near impossible retake. So many opponents up against them. They've got a buddy system. There's the swing.
Okay, really nice. 4 people surviving as well. The money's great for them. Interested to see what they do here with this one, because one person can't buy.
I think now that has to be
Does he just take the hit?
arc control is not something they've really fought for, and it's something that a lot of the time your contact comes off your Killjoy. That's where you have a lot of that information had, be it use of a turret, or even just having a lot of mid control and then having somebody actually watching towards art instead. Because of that, they've been leaving
4v2, they use the Sky ult. Yeah, I think it's fine when the money's like so low. Like Sky ult to make sure that you can keep people alive in the round to kind of get your economy rolling is really good. Again, we used to have a rule in like old Liquids that first 6 rounds, unless it's like a 1v5 or something, kind of like when you're really have the advantage, it's kind of fine using it. You got to prioritize actual economy over ult economy.
Just about works out for him there. He could have been dead within a second. Instead, instant util usage just to hold them back.
So yeah, this is interesting as well, because this could now maybe be the op.
Able to comfortably clear that no one has pushed up. No
So Rhyme took the hit.
Why would they do that? Why would they put utility in? Oh, yeah, exactly. Just in case they're hiding back, selling another fake.
And this is the hard thing for Crew. When they're doing a lot of map control and a lot of pressure, they're up against a Sky and a Sova that can kind of have Dog, Seekers, Flash, Recon, etc. to clear it. So a lot of the time, when even if they do perfect map control, you're still going to be going up against a 3-stack, or in this case a 4-stack.
Getting everybody into position, and with 35 seconds left, there's not really time to switch things back up. Caught by Nuke's trips again, and it's going very well for Giants on the hold. Walking into that Cypher setup has been an utter nightmare. But
yeah, and this was just unlucky. This is just nice from Giants in terms of just using the util from the 2 agents that I said, just to clear everything out. They had full A control. There was a bit of pressure over towards art, and yeah, they just did I think it was a drone, and then I saw the Seekers popped after once they got more. All went over towards here, and like I said, yeah, 4 pass, 4 people with the Cypher util. Like, you're not going to win that, even with the better guns.
That's maybe a little bit too much, but there's nothing that can be done about it at this stage. Short of a wide swing out of one of those players.
So yeah, it's gonna be a rough attack from Crew, really. It's gonna feel hard to play against. You might just see them start going for more, especially as B's looking on lockdown. It feels like we're gonna start leaning more to like XX from A.
Get a Prime Gaming flawless as well. When you only have yourself that pistol onto Rhyme, it's huge, and he was actually one of the most pivotal players. Like,
what I think about the Giants comp? Yeah, I kind of really like it.
Just sending him to fight when he didn't have a lot to lose.
Again, it feels like it's hard to play against.
Crew can figure out where Nuke is holding. Avoiding his setup is the right plan. Like, getting away from wherever he is. The difference is, though, much heavier arc control, and in that space they placed Vitinho a solid flash to help him out with that opener, and losing Melza, that's rough. That's such a hard take now without having that Harbor util.
Yeah, they've lost almost everything. You can see Nags, your other controller, trying to make his way down towards B. Has managed to sneak himself into a spot, but they know they've given up that control. You can see Nukia quite conscious of it, and there you go. Even more so with the camera spotting him. Here comes the drone just to confirm.
Big pivot. Did they know?
Spotted. Steps now heard, making their way down from the connector.
Oh, Astra gets here in time though to help. Poor Cloud.
They know exactly
He's
where Rhyme
in a
is,
rough
and they
spot.
found
Oh my
Nuki.
goodness.
All the information to play with, but dealing with them's a different story. They've just seen Giants step it up with every single duel, and leave Davies in a 1v4. 35 seconds on the clock. Spike in his back pocket.
That was nuts.
No
Did
way
this guy in the
forward.
smoke even fire a shot?
Primed and posted to swing.
Oh,
okay. Vitinho goes
damn,
down.
what a
but
round
there's
from
the
Cloud.
double
Yeah,
after.
did this guy fire a shot, or did he instantly just feel it?
That could actually be a pretty
minimap watching.
expensive loss. There they were. It's gone.
No, they.
Yeah, he had
That's
to buy
very
it back
strange, considering
it was up in heaven, so I don't think anybody was able to get up there in time. Everybody else was on the site, so yeah,
Oh, okay, he did 5 shots. Damn, that was nice. He had a little sidestep as well, so he wasn't in the normal corner where he got spotted. It was smart by him. That was a very good play.
Like Crew are now starting to struggle. Just the information game. Like it's what was said on the desk by Sean, that this composition is actually quite exciting for Giants, because they basically just play against the strength of Crew's comp, like being able to deny them that info with everything
Recon
that they
goes
have.
in with a smoke behind,
Instead,
so they
they're
know
just
that no one's
droning,
gone through. So that's
splashing,
kind of nice in terms of
sending those
control.
darts
Forces
through.
Crew down to an eco as well. We've got one hero gun
Again,
on Kesnet.
I think
And honestly, we've got a pretty good ult if they get over
Nuke's
towards
hold
site.
means
Might
they
be
can't really
tempted.
sneak anyway. Now, though,
Tino's
they can
doing
walk.
good.
It's
Another
the
first
second
kill
round
for
in a
him.
row. They've gone straight into that
It's a good
util.
mix-up.
And I think Giants, after having a couple of rounds struggling.
Do you support a
to hold on
specific
to
team when I'm
art.
watching?
They're so much
No,
more
not
proactive on
really.
it now that I
Like
just don't
sometimes I
feel like
want
Crew are
like
gonna
some of
have
my
the
friends
same
to win, like
level of
Yumpy and
success
like the
there.
Fnatic guys.
Davies
Obviously,
thinks that
I've
he's
known them for
sneaking
like a
up.
long
Again,
time. I
this
want
is
them to have
control that
success,
has been
but
given up, that has
I
been
kind of just want,
conceded.
like, I'm just
Nuke
in
is
for the
holding the
best
way
team
back
winning.
out.
That's how it
the
is.
case,
Like
and he does
I like
get all
watching
the
the
way
game
down
for just
here.
like people
Even on
doing
an
new
off
stuff or
angle
like
as well,
smart
open.
stuff or just good
Oh,
plays.
he made a
So
step. They know
I'm
that
more
he's
in for
here.
just
They're
watching that
watching the
than
angle.
just
Now
like
he's running
supporting a
away.
team, if that makes sense.
Oh no! Crew slipping up behind. They've just seen him round the corner.
Go Valorant,
Davies
yeah, pretty much
moves
that.
towards the B side. That gets
Oh,
Nuke
that's
running
beautiful.
back.
The timing on
Kesnet
this is
catches. Crew
outrageous.
can go anywhere. The world is their oyster, and it's towards the B side. Only Cloud standing and wait. Okay, he'll get the first. Cloudburst lets him by some more. Cloud with three. That
how
might be
on
the
earth
round.
has he done that though? He's
Oh,
so
it's
good
just
right now.
Unbelievable.
I say right now, he's so good,
They've even
period,
got
full
him in a
stop.
grab well, but the rifle will be collected.
Not planted in the pit now, is it?
It's going to be outside, but he might still opt to play into it. Try and find himself
Damn,
a
he
kill.
bailed them out twice.
Timing going to be everything. He's walked into
Bailed them
Rhyme.
out twice.
Took a bit of a risk fighting into the pit, but it won't matter. And well, let's be honest, we know who the hero of the round is. It's not
Sayasi,
Rhyme,
what's
it's
up, dude, with
Cloud.
the whole
That
year
is
as well.
just
Appreciate your support, mate.
ridiculous what
Thank
he
you
was
very
able
much,
to do,
Sayasi.
predict the movements of his opponent.
And yeah, just go get the op.
Well,
Nicely
this is
done.
why we sort of hyped this guy up so much.
Dude,
within
he had to
EMEA.
literally-
4-3, solid
he had to get
defensive
2 and
start
somehow
now
he
for
got
Giants
3.
As they've turned this around, and that's the thing. I feel like, although, like, you look at the scoreboard, Nuke is at the bottom. He definitely had incredible amounts of impact, but you would just have to talk about how cursed that was. Like, the sort of timing for him to walk away, even had the thought in the back of his mind. And Crew's ideas were fantastic.
The Big
like
Bad
sending
Wall,
Davies
what's up,
the
bro?
other way,
Gifting
taking the shots that fade,
XOZ1919
into
into the
rotating
Slug Club.
around.
Thank you so much for that,
They couldn't
bro.
have got
Appreciate
better
that.
than him in the
Thanks
early
for doing
round.
more gifted
Unfortunately,
after yesterday as
Cloud
well.
exists.
Appreciate
That's
you a
it.
lot. Thanks
do
for the support.
Absolutely everything right. Now ask yourself the question, was that a round Crew were supposed to win coming in? No, this is the one. They called a timeout though because that is a devastating way to lose it. The fact that it was Kesnet's Cloudburst as well that allowed for Cloud to have that space to dance around, taking fight after fight. He sees the tracers coming through the Cloudburst and fires back in with precision.
Timmy, we
as
haven't
well.
seen him. we haven't seen
Real.
Timmy since he said he was going
And
to go
you know,
bald.
we saw it on the previous map. We said
It's,
it there.
it's
Giants
quiet on the
just
Timmy
seem
front.
to be the best team that I've seen at winning these ridiculous rounds. Rounds where you will count them out.
Tommy, yeah,
10
that was it.
times out of
Tommy.
10,
Sorry.
And yet they always fight back into it.
Where
I
is
thought
Tommy?
At best, Cloud gets one there.
They
The
did
fact that he gets
sign-
even 2 is ridiculous.
They signed some of the most BS players in EMEA. Like, let's
Without a
be
doubt.
honest. Like, Nuke has been the king. of
Tommy
that
just
for,
left the internet, pretty
I don't
much.
know how long. Like, it's like
Came
you
in
will
with the
always
bold-
have
the
some
bold
great
claim,
touches
and then
in
just-
history.
Having a rough
And just
start.
left.
Hey, the thing is though, again, it's the same as the last map where you look at stats and it doesn't tell you the full story.
Yeah.
His YouTube, like a lot of the time, he's just sat in a cam.
The
Like, he's not
bold
going to
claim.
get kills sat in a cam. And, you know, I've heard it said that it can do 5 damage, but I think that might be a slight mistake.
Right, straight back into this one.
But no,
Timeout goes in,
it's
and
one
we
of those
have
things
1,
where
2,
he
3,
is
4
playing the rap
ults.
role.
And Crew
Question really
have to
around
eco after
Cypher
this
so
one.
far, though, has the utility
Back
brought
over
them a lot
towards
of
B,
value?
and maybe it's because the trips have gone towards middle. Either way, Giants felt like they had. Giants felt like they got the most out of their B trips, and they had made a lot of pressure. And now we're putting them over towards here in terms of a lot of info. So they've done a good job of mixing this up as well. Man, they have. I mean, they just have great information the whole time on their defense.
Very much what I wanted to see coming into this round.
Yeah, I will say though, like even his cam alone, in my eyes, has done more than
Like
enough.
cam
Like, the
info,
amount
and then when they
they've
lose map
garnered when it
control, you've
comes to
got a
these
drone, a
B-sides,
dog,
it's
a recon,
just been
and multiple
unstoppable. The
flashes
amount
that
of
keep coming up,
assists
and the
free
recon,
kills he's got
obviously.
on the team has been great. Now though,
Not even
again,
sure you need to
early
default as much
rounds
as
for
they are.
Crew, but
Maybe
they're
to break
only
some of the
just starting
trips,
to put
but
that
I'm telling
pressure
you,
in onto mid.
A hits are the
Got
one.
much more control held. The operator again. Fatinho's been in a different spot every single round. Like he entried on A, he entried deep within the A site onto R. Now he's on the cross. He has been spotted though. Does he go back for this? He does. He waits for the supportive utility. Then it comes in dreads. Then again.
Oh
the sweep
my.
Back, but he pops
There's
the
no
Blade
way he
Storm.
won that.
See you later, Kesnet.
Even under pressure, he's able to deliver now. This is the Fatinho
Mate,
we wanted to see
Fatinho.
kicking off today's game, kicking off this tournament.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds, the plant needed. On the way through, Davies might catch one, but Nuke is too quick, and they know exactly where Nags it is.
Nice damage done as well on
Whether
this
it was
one.
the bullets or the
It's
blades,
really
he
good.
was
A lot of
going
rounds in a row.
down,
It's their
and
third, right?
Giants
And with this,
step
they
up
get
to a
where are
2-round
we?
lead.
Yeah, didn't have
I
to
love
use
that.
too many
It's
ults.
just the sort of control that
Barca.
they have there from Giants is you have the contact. Fitinho doesn't need to take a massive risk. He doesn't need to because they have that supportive utility. Gravwell pulls in Klaus, and then he's just there. This is where the individual brilliance comes out of Fitinho. Just pops himself that Blade Storm, puts down the major threat of Kesnet, who is still up there, 8 and 6 on the board.
The
But now
Cypher
4
on this
rounds in
one,
a row
yeah,
on the
probably a bit
defensive
too much.
side for Giants. They're looking very
Probably a
good
bit too much.
indeed. Blade Storm available.
Crew have a lot of
this time
options.
on the attack, and a lockdown
And
alongside it,
they
but
are
it's
so
almost a game
wrecked
of
money-wise.
cat and
Managed to
mouse.
squeeze out a buy on this one
There
because
is
of the
a
Jet
Hunter's
Knights.
Fury ready for Cloud.
Oh my, he nearly got
Blade
popped.
Storm attempt. You'll love to see it. No reward for the first one-up draft left to try that somewhere else a little later into the round. Kesnet, ever dangerous with this Blade Storm, but you've got to be cautious.
Cypher on Pearl. I mean, we saw it on old Pearl ages ago. It just kind of failed a little bit. Who used it? Liquid used it. It was the infamous Ardis on Cypher, which really flopped.
They haven't spotted Rhyme. That's something. Fitinho looking the other way on A main. The Blade Storm gets an opportunity
Like
to
really
step
flopped.
forward, force a fight, and up and in he goes. There's one for Kesnet, but he can't react in
Great
time
trades
as
at the moment.
Fitinho
Oh,
drops
that's a
him.
big duel
And
from
another
Nuclear
kill
over
for the
towards
side of
B. That might be
Giants
the
leave
decider
Melzer
on
and
this one,
Davies
because this guy can
to
just
do it all,
leave side.
hoping that maybe this reckoning can make it too difficult for
just
Fitinho
leave
to
side and
find
just
a
hold
shot, and
map
that seems
control.
to hold true. But
Oh,
Blade Storm,
a
Hunter's
little bit late
Fury
on this one.
has come through. It's trying to find Melzer. It's getting close, but he's evaded it.
Yeah, and because of that, they can now. Oh, this and this gets a lot. Look how far back they have to be for this.
One of their players is just on
They made this a very winnable round.
Trying to get themselves
Davies
into an
has a molly
aftermath
as well.
scenario. And now realizing that the site will be as safe as it can be. The thing is, though, the advantage still massively in the favor of Giants as they head into this retake.
They should have this on lockdown. Trading on the way through. It's Cloud that's going alone. Has a recon for late round as they posture up to move on through. But Nukia's been
What a shot.
isolated. A great peek from Davies. The timing near perfect. He's heard Cloud as well. Has a good idea that he's coming from this angle. The recon not going to find
Ooh.
Davies. Actually, it will. And so will Fitinho, but Melzer's behind. It's a whiff! Now they're diffusing it, and Melzer has
God.
to rush in. Has to
Oh,
deny his
God,
own
not
goals,
like that.
and Cloud will claim the fight. That could have been everything for the side of Crew, and instead,
that's devastating
the
for
lead
him.
extends
I feel
yet
bad.
again in Giants' favor.
Yeah, it's just unlucky. Like that they line up for him, and instead of at least taking down one and turning it into a clutchable position, he hits both of them low. Just a little bit cursed,
Oh, man.
if anything, from Melzer.
Yeah, that actually hurt.
Fitinho, ever since he's had this operator in hand, he has been a massive threat. Him and Cloud leading the way for Giants.
Oh,
6
chat on
rounds
the
hard
round that
already
forces
in
them
their
into an
hands, and
eco as
it's
well.
sort of similar to what we saw in the last
Oh my god, it
one.
actually hurts
The
even
first
more.
half for Giants, well, the fact is this could be an incredibly dominant
Keeps
half.
getting
If
worse
it
the more you
wasn't for
think about it.
Pistol and second round loss, they have definitely been in.
Oh,
on
Jesus,
point.
nice shot.
That's the first time that Fitinho has
Yeah.
actually gone down off the opening fight. He's been winning it every time with the operator.
A huge scalp to claim for the side
Oh,
of Crew.
okay.
Even more so.
Yeah,
Getting
claimed
that
an extra
operator
gun
into
into
the
this one.
hands
So
of a
they
man
had the
like
hero
Kesnet.
gun, they get a kill with the hero
Now
gun,
Crew
and then
pose a pretty
kind of, I mean, this is the
significant threat to
definition of a
Giants in every
snowball.
corner they round. And this is a round where they didn't have a lot to
The
work
one
with
gun
already. A promising
doubles it
start.
up.
A minute and
Klaus
7
as well
seconds on the
definitely
clock.
might be tempted to
Crew
use his ult
can
into
take
this one.
anywhere.
Rhyme
They're
has
all
his
grouped
ult,
up on mid,
so
it's
if
an
they
equal
want to
risk,
leave
but it looks
and
like
retake a
Kesnet's
site,
gonna
they
be
definitely
going
can.
back out for more. Just about
Uh-oh.
missing these players. The swing's coming through a little lower than he was expecting. And Nukia's able to win it back.
Oh my god, he's...
Oh, in fact, he goes in for a
He's
little
still
bit
going?
more.
You're a crazy
Wants to
guy.
try and do as much damage as he can. And actually,
There's
it
so
almost
many
goes
guns
very
there for them to
badly
pick
wrong.
up.
Rhyme trying to
Yeah, and they all get a gun this time. Melzer has his ult.
now Crew, they picked up weapons. This definitely had some vulnerabilities.
That was the
at beginning
definition
round.
of winning the round
Now it's into a
by
3
doing
versus
something
3,
and
pushing
then
off
losing the
back of
round by
Tiger.
doing something.
You see the Cosmic Divide utilized to try and section off a main.
This is interesting,
There's
but
only one player
they done an
actually
Astra ult to kind of
sat
fake
from
that this
that
guy
angle.
isn't
The
going to
rest
be
are
here, but the
waiting
alarm
on
bot
off.
gets spotted, so
It's
this
even
guy now has to
way
focus
below
over
what
towards
Cloud
here.
thought he might have had the drop on them, but not today.
Yeah, luckily Davies was staying in range that whole time. But with Klaus down, the pressure is certainly on. Melzer, operator, having to walk through the wall. It's about to fade. Davies up close,
Ooh.
spotted and taken down.
Bullets
It's
above
all
him.
on the up, and the shot is missed. He needs to find this
Seeker
diffuser
as well.
in his mind.
What a
They're
nightmare.
already diffusing, and there's barely any time left. That's
No
a
bullets.
whiff shot, and Hoodie
He pulled out
applies
the
pressure.
for the sheriff that had no bullets. Okay, nicely done. So I mean, Nukia kind of won it back for his team, then lost it, and then the rest of his team actually managed to win this back in the end. It was a wild round though.
But somehow Crew not able to close out any of these close affairs.
Yeah, it's been
Damn, dudes, they've only won one
Giants.
buy round so far.
In on these retakes in close scenarios, and unfortunately, a lot of these fights at Davies there, you kind of expect him to win. Melza, I think one of those kills might have even been saved by a cabbage, but unfortunately, that it doesn't matter for the side of Giants. 7-3 in the lead. Their players are looking in form, and now they're going to try and go back towards this B site.
Oh, the bait as well. He kind of wants to be seen here. Yeah, and now they want them to flood the site, and hopefully they don't check the Sova. But yeah, they go back. So honestly, Crew survived that one, because this would have been good. It was a strong bait.
Sell that idea in the minds of Giants. There's 3 players
at one point, we're going to see the drone or the recon to clear all of this, and then they can get a heavy rotate going in. In terms of info, Dog goes over towards middle, got shot, and there is still pressure over towards B because they actually haven't cleared it at all. Nothing with a jump spot, nothing in terms of the util of Cloud. Cloud does have a lineup here, I think, that checks A if he wanted to.
He'll be ready for this retake, but the decision is made to retake. Remember that early pistol.
Okay, this is looking like the best chance for Crew that we've seen for a while.
Also reckoning, it just reveals his position.
Maybe the round before, but
he can't even sit within any of the util that he has.
Yeah, they go into this one. Do we have the same shock darts after we spot this?
Theft available. Reveal the rest. Instead, they actually go swinging out.
He got another one there.
Luckily for them, they have someone as good as Kesnet to make this round look competitive once again. A push coming through from Art as well. They have to be careful about it. They even know that he's there, but knowing and stopping him is another thing
Kesnet
altogether.
in pit.
Nukia left alone. He'll put down the first. Somehow turning this back into a 1 versus 1. Davies util will buy him the extra time that he needs. Surely at this point, the clock is too far gone.
Committed swing. Respect. Okay, I mean, nice round from Kesnet. He did everything there. Again from pit, getting multis. I can't believe Cloud got 2 here, by the way, and the second kill feels madness. Don't think we're going to see it.
He would have known he's there because he was getting pinged up by the dart.
See, that's the thing, though. The ping came in as Rhyme was getting his weapon out, so like he did react to it, but he saw him ping on sight, thought, oh, there's no one here, I'm good, and then here's the dash, puts 2 and 2 together a little bit too late. And you give Kesnet that millisecond advantage in an aim duel, you're not winning the aim duel. 7-4, 1 round left to compete for, and Crew, look, it's definitely not too far gone yet. Building up rounds on that attack side. We'll see if they can.
Last round, we're 2 away from Davies, and we go and get Nags' ult when he's 3 away on the last round. It's pretty bold. So does that literally mean orb plant? Is that the plan?
Cross to be held. Even still, though, if Giants get up to 8 rounds on this defensive side, we'll definitely be singing their praises. They've looked very good thus far, especially
Dog goes in, similar time to before. Once they create a question mark over towards B, they clear middle when they want to see where we're going. Oh, that's a nice little bit of pressure, though. The Dog goes in with the wall, but they insta-clear it with a flash and realize that no one's pushing through. Yeah. Man, this is, dude, this is a strong comp. Nice trade. Okay, it's all up to Nukia, really. Oh my goodness, where are you looking, boss? Did Kesnet updraft and did Kesnet updraft to bait this? Pretty cool.
And he wants to use it immediately. Popped Klaus up close, and he runs into the operator. Now things get dangerous. A Blade Storm on each side, but Kesnet has 2 targets to take down, and one of them is Fitinho, who has been on fire. This is a weird position though for the plant spot. This could catch them off guard.
Oh, maybe not. No,
out of all the places, the most perfect smoke.
Because he's going to sit here. They're going to witness the plant for long. And I don't know if they'll check this late. No, it's being checked by Rhyme, holding it for at least a second. But in this 1 versus 2, they're going to start running out of places to check. Still, though, Kesnet.
Damn, nicely done from Kesnet. I mean, let's think about it. Pistol with the 4K Then the double kill back towards here, we then got another one, and then this round here. That's 3 rounds that I can remember, kind of just all on the back of him. And obviously this one was an eco. So yeah, what a great half, 15-9. They got to thank him for a lot of this.
And a Red Bull clutch to close it out. That's certainly going to put the wind in your sails. So smart.
Snacks, mate. Thank you so much for the 3 months. Appreciate the words as well, man. Thank you for saying that.
On the initial run, and he was right to pros don't fake. And like you see there, we got Lembo and Tyler down in the crowd reacting to that last round. I believe we'll even be hearing from them in just a moment. Let's toss it down to the audience to hear from the super fans, Lembo and Tyler.
If you've watched the regional leagues and you've watched the LCQs, you've seen these two on the crowd. I'm joined by Tyler and Lembo. And after that round, the energy was high for you, Tyler. Tell me, you're a big crew fan. Where did that start?
Oh, it comes from my friend Alejandro. Man went to every single America's crew game through playoffs, and I met him in playoffs for LCQ. And his energy just transferred all the way over to me. And I mean, I wouldn't be here without him right now. And it's just amazing to be here to support crew. Vamos crew!
Absolutely. And for you, Lembo, you've been a part of Giants, you've been a fan of Giants, you've been following Giants for such a long time. Tell me, what has the journey been like, the highs, the lows, and even the rounds that we just saw?
No, for us this is incredible because we come from Andalusia in Spain. It's so long, but we are very excited for participating in Champions. It's the first time for the club. Each round is like a final for us. Therefore, it's very difficult because we love crew, obviously, and probably crew too. And we are friends, but today we have the worst enemy. The important is that today win the better, but tomorrow we stay together. This is important.
All right, and very quickly, who's going to pop off on this half?
Oh, we already saw from Kesnet. He's going big this game.
What about Giants?
Giants will destroy this band.
All right, we're going to see what's going to happen. Let's send it back to the casters.
Well, you heard of big numbers to be fielded by Kesnet already. He's holding true to that. More than double the kills from the next
Did the
man
face-to-face
on his team.
shush?
I'd
Yeah.
say that's a pretty good performance.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way. I think he's going to have to go above 30 if they're going to be able to take this one over the line. But the thing is, he's going to go on to that defensive side. And although we didn't see
in terms of the pistols,
last time out versus Paybreaks, his defensive side operator when it came online.
It's almost like we've seen this a lot of times. Hide from the flash. No flash comes in, so when do they decide to go?
Already, just look at where crew are going. They never just sit back when it comes to their pistols. They're constantly looking to fight. The fact is, though, Giants are not. They're sat there watching for any sort of aggression, for any of these plays to come through, a good read on what their opponents are attempting, and now nothing has been seen. They're going to start doubling back towards this B site, which is exactly where Davies has his full setup.
With a wall as well.
And spotted. Davies now has a decision to make.
Wall's kind of nice though. At the beginning, you can at least get a lot of map control. It's good for the retake in terms of flooding out as well. Damn, the 4-person push here. Oh, this is weird. I've never seen an 8-person duel here.
They look to rotate. Firing squad waiting. That's evidently caught Giants by surprise. The flash a little late, followed up on Fatinho. Able to grab one, but they're blinded in return. It's a skirmish for the spawn, and it looks like Giants might win it, but Naxxed has other ideas already.
Naxxed did great. 4K on the pistol with 4K on the pistol. Also worth noting that double pistol, but double pistol happened on the first map as well, so we're back even with it.
Definitely stepping up when it comes to this round, and even going straight in for the rifle. A huge pistol round for crew. It's
give me this
almost a reverse
replay.
of the last map. The buy rounds were mostly going the way of crew in that first half of map 1, unable to take the pistols. Now they've taken both pistols and look to try and recreate what Giants did in that second half of Lotus. A chance to take us to split, which I'm going to be honest, I think everybody in this room would like to see. But here we go, though. Attack side is going to just be Cloud investing into a Sheriff.
They get the armors as well. This is becoming way more common. Literally for that reason, majority of the time. Also, if you overwhelm and pick up a gun, you have the armor to boot as well. Like this. And honestly, that would have been a death with armor, without armor. That would have been a death without armor. So.
Up on a little bit later, but we don't want to see too many more weapons dropped for the side of Crew. Nice clean round from this point forward would be ideal. Giants want to take it elsewhere. The Bulldog on Hoodie leads the charge towards the B site. And it is once again
Xizzy gets untimed out, and then respect Xizzy. Solid revenge arc.
Overwhelmed by the pistols, especially now as you suspect they'll have a better weapon. I hope he doesn't go through this smoke.
Yeah, it's an awkward smoke to fight through. In fact, it's left a massive gap up top. Somewhat a one-way for the lower, but definitely doesn't do the same when it comes to above. Giving Kesnet an angle is never a great idea. Already a couple of players lower. Plant, hey, it wouldn't be bad.
I mean, Plant's good. Keep an eye. Yeah, I was gonna say keep an eye on the guy behind. Hey, got an extra one. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Not bad for Giants, but I don't think
Do they want to give Nags?
No, they certainly won't. At the end of the day, 3 players alive. It's a bare
No?
minimum
Okay.
for this kind
They
of
at least talked about it.
decent chance to fight back into the next one as well.
Still have one more to get down, just taking down names. Respect.
7-7 with both pistols under their belt. Again, similar to the previous map when we swapped over half. It had
Right,
been
it's
one
the
team leading
it's the
the
usual
rifle rounds,
big
and
round
then
for
it
them.
swapped hands. I think the difference here is that Crew chose to start out on that attack side. So how much can we expect from their defense? And will Giants be able to find that value? And someone like Fatinho, who had some great opening duels earlier, he needs to repeat that here on the attack.
But that's the thing. He really does take contact with a lot of these rounds. You'll see him dashing into the side, leading the way. Oh, Rhymes got to be a little bit careful here.
He takes that wall. He's happy that that wall came up, to be honest. He's really happy they didn't follow through with that one. Only Smoker going down there would have been a complete nightmare into their first big buy rounds. With that, though, they create a lot of pressure, and we can see they early rotate over, expecting this reaction. This is a really nice round from Crew. Wow, he went to shoot the camera, right?
Not a bad start to the round.
Said it needs to be good on opening duels. And
What's the actual flood like? I know they're in good positions, but like,
as well as some of his teammates and the rifles are still to have their
what's
say
the
in this
actual?
round on the side of Crew. Wallbank's not quite landing. Fatinho on another, and now he's got the support of Hoodie, going to be much more willing to swing through and help him. Damage done. Davies down. Kesnet tagged through the wall, and it looks like Fatinho was on for the ace.
What are these jets on at the
Kesnet on the
moment?
other side to shut him out. But still 3 opponents left to take down, and it's too much.
Still pretty good damage. I kind of wanted to see something a little bit more coordinated from Crew.
I feel like I'm being teased throughout this game. The amount of 4Ks we're seeing with
They kind of owned it.
aces to close it out. It looks like it's set up every single time. But yeah, this is what we come to expect from Fatinho on this map. He is so happy to almost just dive in first, take those fights, and
Hey,
well,
that one's
you might not be able to
wild.
rely on him to do that every single round. You can maybe expect it once or twice throughout this matchup. Bladestorm already online for either side, and the Operator, as said, it was a huge part of the defensive rounds that Crew managed to take versus Paper X. Paper X, very different beast in terms of their composition, but he has been flying high so far in this matchup, and expectations are that he's not going to be stopping anytime soon.
Crew's buy round with Kesnet on the Operator. That's where things get truly scary, but for now.
Smoke, vision block off. Dog goes through, so question mark created.
Smoke down as well in front of the turret. You can see that on double doors. So for
Crew are
they're
playing
losing
super
information, but
passive
that's
back.
really
We've spoken about this a few times if you watch the stream often in terms of just
They've got Klaus
teams
back
fine
towards
leaving
corner.
this.
He's been like sort of jiggling back and forth. Just gonna use his flash in towards Art. I think it's up again. I feel like Giants are expecting there to be some
There
sort
is
of push.
a lot of time gone for not too much control. There's a camera spotting here, but there's also someone spotting an angle beyond it.
Off the back of it. Instead, now they go.
Bro, 30 seconds, it's pretty obvious it's a B at the moment. Could have a heavy rotate. Maybe the question mark from earlier is stopping that. These two need to switch places. Yeah.
As something they'll have to try and break through. They've only got 20 seconds here, Mitch.
Bro, they need
time
to
is
do
incredibly
something.
low, and they still have utility to fight their way through. Davies tucked in a corner, might have a chance.
Oh, he tanks it, so they don't think he's here. Oh, nice shot.
But he's only good for the one.
Nice shots.
An attempt to
the
deny
hell?
this spike plant, and it will not be found. So Kesnet now in a 1 versus 3 has to try to fight back through, get that defuse. Blade Storm activated, AWP in hand, and he's on his way. He's being revealed. They know not to overpeak him, not to give him that chance. It'll be off a flash if it comes through at all. And I think the contact off a sound cue more so. There it is. Oh, nice attempt.
Hey, that was really nice. Hoodie hit a, I mean, Hoodie and Ryan both hit a really important kill.
And Giants now on 9, having destroyed.
I think that forced them down to an eco. Yeah, it feels like it must be that. Yeah.
Put them on the home stretch for the attackers.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We now have to start.
Man,
talking about
everyone
what
got
this
their
match
kill. That
means
was so
for either side.
important.
Giants looking to fight for a rematch versus EDG. A close
Maybe
game
he
the
tunnel
first
vision
time
too
out.
much on that one.
For Crew, if they lose this
The guy in
match, they're out.
heaven.
That's it. Their miracle run, which was through a 0-9 season all the way.
Simman, thank you for the
from
6
very
months, bro.
beginning of
Thanks for using your
LCQ
Prime.
to now, could be
Appreciate
ending
using it on me. Thank you very much, bro.
defeat.
Simman,
Fact is, you can never
half a
count
year.
this team out. When the pressure is
Dude,
on,
Giants are
things
like
that's when they arise.
so fine to just
Fortunately for them,
hold
this round, not
real
likely
far
to
back.
be the turning
It's
point.
interesting because
But
it
we
just
sort
feels
of
like it's going to be a
that round
30-second game on
Even
this
though they
attack
were
half.
late into that
When they're both
they were
playing like
methodical.
this,
Even
like where they're
with
both fine to leave
a couple
all
of
of this
sneaky
info.
plays coming out from the defense, they were
Okay,
very
they had
good on
nothing
their
over towards B
trading.
at the
It is
beginning. They
something we
blocked
talk about a
vision,
lot
and
when
it's
we
kind of similar to what they
speak
did
of Giants
before,
as their
where they
structure,
feel like they create a
their
bit of pressure, and now they
fundamentals.
stack over towards
A
A.
lot of buzzwords.
Drone goes out,
For
spots
now,
it,
though,
and at
it's
the
just a
moment,
stack on the A side. And with
I
already
mean, they have the
Coutinho taking a
best
lot of
comp
space,
ever
nothing really being
for
spotted.
working out a stack.
It's gonna be patient from
Sky
Giants, there's
and
no doubt about that, but
a Sky
when you
and
walk up into
a
this B site, there
Sova
is no one here.
with Seekers.
You don't always get the reward for that patience. Sometimes
I'm not sure a
when
stack
the
works
storms
against this comp.
rotate already, and
Like
now
Giants
stack
would
them
have
on
to
B.
heavily
That's
mess
not
up.
the case in this reality. Giants seem to have some free control. They'll be able to walk their way in, grab a plant, and then have just pistols and a Marshall to deal with in the post plant.
I've got
Maybe
your 30
true
seconds left.
strength in numbers
Yeah,
could come
just
into
wanted
play.
to check it. They
And
were
look, they're
scared
not
that
even
someone would
certain.
be
It's
elbow
too
here,
quiet
especially with
here.
like
They're
a
sending out
shorty or
seekers to try
something.
and confirm. They've done just that. They know everybody's off site. Over towards double doors are the closest players. Maybe the pace from someone like Kesnet could catch them off. Already pretty close. Marshall in hand. Shot fired off.
And the
Nothing
luck might
landed,
be
though.
pretty good.
That's his dash already burned. Rhyme knows
Oh my.
the player reloading.
Oh my.
Now he's overstayed as well.
Really
Just a
hoping the
little bit.
observer
It's
wasn't
getting
on him there.
scary. The shots aren't hitting either. Coutinho has to hightail it out of here. Left on 40. He's actually got it. Oh,
Savior.
Okay. I was going to say the shorty out, but somehow he got the kill with it. Great damage done.
Yeah, I know like
But
this
at
from
the end
UK.
of
He
the
got
day,
spotted from
it's a
door
round
as
win
well,
for
and
the
then just
side of
insta went
Giants.
back over towards here,
Certainly
so it
cost
kind of
them more than they
stopped
would have liked.
them being a little
But
bit
everything important
faster.
carrying through
Man,
in the
is
credits
that
there to
back-to-back
back them
rounds
up.
with Hoodie kind of
Crew
bailing them out? Feels
three
like it.
behind, and this is a buy round that means everything to them.
Well, all I'm going to say is thank God for Hoodie. Like, if he doesn't manage to basically quickly adjust his aim to kill both of those players off as they swing him together, that round could have very easily gone the other way.
I thought that was a high five or his way of saying stop talking.
No, stop here.
Pipson and Milan.
That's exactly how Pipson talks, by the way. Perfect impression.
This is excellent.
10-7. As said, for Crew, this screams elimination. If they can't manage to turn this back and turn it back soon, the operator will be back in.
Why is there a
hand
random
once
guy in
again.
there? It's not a random guy.
The Giants guys are having a great time
Look at
to
these
get
two.
themselves that first victory at Champions, something that many teams have turned up to international events and failed.
Honestly, they might as well just show the
Fact is, though,
show
they
the
are
assistant
well on their way.
coach at this
As
point.
said, in this map, they've lost both pistols, and even within the first few rounds of this half, they are firmly within the lead. And unless there's going to be a drastic change in what Crew have to offer, you have to feel like this is theirs to take. Even still, though, I've learned throughout history over the last few years,
More
never,
coaches, more
ever
reactions.
doubt
It's
Crew.
true.
You especially
That's very true.
Never doubt Kesnet.
Listen, I've been there many times before, Tom. I've doubted
Certified
Crew
hater.
since almost. I can't even deny it. Looking at the history, and every time they come out swinging and prove me wrong. Thought that's what I was doing for them with the 2-0 prediction, but
Okay, massive round for
we'll
Crew.
see.
We took a timeout
There's
for
still
this one,
plenty
and
of
this time we're
runway
actually
ahead of them for this
punishing
buy
over
round.
towards B.
Could be a turning point
Op
for the
is
side of
here.
Crew.
But yeah, I mean,
Operator in ha- it
it's
very
hard
much
for the
does.
op to get
If they
value as
stumble
well when
here,
there's so
Giants
much.
are
Like
knocking
drone,
on
dog,
victory's door
flashes,
and only need
recon.
one more.
I I feel like
I really like the comp from Giants. It's I'm normally a heavy double controller comp fan, but this is like really cool.
I'm gonna go to the other side of the map.
Yeah, and they straight up dodge him, but this is nice from Crew. They kind of realize this as well, and this jump spot is happening the whole time over towards B, so that's pretty good as well. But are they gonna actually like flub the site or have good crossfires this time?
Confirming that they're walking into this stack, but hold on, how much utility?
Okay, there is so much utility to stop this. This is the first time the Giants kind of sped up a little bit though, so obviously they can call the cancel if they realize there are too many people in here.
Little bit of weight off your shoulders, and actually it's 2. I don't know if they know that though. Exit is none left.
Cut sound, trying to make it seem like they could have taken a timing, and honestly, as we can see with the map of how many question marks they create by doing this, it's actually pretty good. Causes one rotate, but alarm bot's here as well, so they might think it's like a 2-1-2 at the moment, and they might not expect 3 here. This is great. Are they going to go through together? Would probably. Oh, that's too much, bro.
Davies got one, no punish until Cloud comes through, but Klaus is there to catch him.
Why did we do this?
Good for 1, but that's it. No escape with the plant coming in.
Call was made either way.
Giants find themselves behind at 2 versus 3 now in front of them.
I mean, respect for them going through it. The call was made to go through, and yeah, they went through.
Rhyme post-plant positions. Looking to just try and play off of each other. Nuclear holding patiently for the swing, but Melz is going to win that fight. And now the IGL of Rhyme, he has to spam away. Needs to get rid of this cove, which he has done. But
damn, look at that smoke. That was nicely handled from them. Really nicely done. I mean, maybe they had looked at how Crew's retake is in terms of like the util and were just scared of it, so they wanted to exec through. It's like the only thing I can think of. Either way, the call was made, so it's not like it's Hoodie's fault. It's just like that was the call for people to send it through. Like, at least they did it with 3.
I think the main thing is the ults. The fact that all they really utilized in that round was the Seekers. Threw that in to just basically get
okay, big round for Crew. They needed that, but 2 people died as well, so money's really low. Maybe drop to 4. Drop and
for any form of retake.
It's gonna be interesting.
Similar setup, but this time it seems like Giants
might be a massive swing round, honestly.
Much more direct approach. It could just be an attempt to farm up the orb, but they've taken further control here.
Yeah, might want the Jet to farm up this, really.
Big weight off the shoulders of Crew if they do have to go for retakes.
Make sure they can buy next if they lose.
Huge potential to shut Giants out post-plant. They're seeing utility on its way. Snake bite down. Landed perfectly on the stairs, but it doesn't matter. It's enough to deter, you would think. Maybe not, though, because Vitinho's gone up and over into the site. Reckoning in play. Sorry, Lockdown, excuse me. It was the Defender Killjoy ultimate. That's why we see the response of a Hunter's Fury to destroy.
Nah, I kind of like Crew's reactions to a lot of this. It's pretty cool.
Hold on to this control. There are 5 players sat here waiting for the side of Giants to go for that plan so they can burst out and take them down. The flash used by Klaus. Now, they don't have another one if they do want to actually execute, but that was just checking that they're still here.
Oh, the spam. Rhymes had to pretty much move completely out of there, and now the Reckoning. 30 seconds left. Are they actually going to hightail it?
Yeah, they're going for it. I mean, they have time, but the rotate beats them there. Kesnet gets the angle with his off, even gets the elbow. Damn. Yeah, nice round from Crew. I'm kind of like loving their reaction. So they knew that the Sova ult was up as well, so they reactively put the ult down here, knowing that they were going to Sova ult their ult, and then they just heavy stack towards back of site, 3 people, and just dueled very heavy over towards here. So yeah, I really like Crew's reactions in this one. I thought it was great. Felt like they were definitely a step ahead in terms of like the ults.
Further cost added to the side of Giants if they do want
maybe a timeout for Giants. It feels like potentially they're running out of ideas.
Just 1 round in the lead. The big thing is that Crew felt like they had full control.
And they do manage to squeeze out a buy, but good news for Crew is they kept so many people alive. Their money's good. Yeah, this one's getting pretty close.
No surprise up their sleeve. That's why we see it.
I've even been liking Crew's reactions in terms of the rotates. Like, they've been losing some rounds where they have like 4 on site, and maybe they could have flood heavy, so...
Yeah, again, it's something we've seen from him throughout. Early pauses before the point of no return.
You might see someone try and lurk a bit more, like a lurk at the moment. If they let Nuke kind of just lurk out, more aggressive, could be good when they take map control.
Their economy would have been in the bin, and Giants could have already closed out this map. Instead, we're down to just 1. started to really come online. Different players stepping up as well. Nags had a couple of decent rounds. I think Davies showing up, and yeah, okay, Kesnet still at the top of the board with 21 kills. It has been the Jets on either side leading.
How long is it before the next season after Champs? We don't know. If the rumors are true, though, it's January. End slash I'm starting to hear more mid of January now. So maybe around there.
While they stack up on A, not allowing those same sort of executions, a lot of wallbang spams as well to try and make things more awkward. And more importantly, the ults were very impactful over the last couple. They do have a Viper's Pit, but that's the only ult online in the entire server at the moment.
But honestly, they'll probably announce it during Champs. So we don't have to wait too long. We'll probably have to wait like a week until they actually give us updates. Did I say January in my speculation video? Yeah, I said end of January. The actual rumors that I heard were February, and it wasn't starting until Feb. But I think they've changed it now with the some of the timings. I think they wanted to do it for Feb, and then they've moved it forwards. But we'll wait and see.
One or two players moving up on A. They could be waiting, baiting them into a trap elsewhere on the map. That's not the case.
Honestly, the less time for the off season, the better. Like the earlier start, the better, really, because yeah, 4 months is a long time. Well, 5 months, I guess.
Control Giants have actually taken, so they're happy to just section.
Depends how long in Jan.
Art is going to be the main pressure point, but the thing is, with Nags so far forward, he could make this very awkward for them.
They take a lot of mid-control, some they're walking though, and I don't know. Feels like a little bit they're struggling with the passive holes.
The majority of their players, at least for the moment, are going to be in the right place at the right time. The thing is, though, already forcing one off the angle. The drone
3 people here. Well, the pinch is pretty good though.
Davies going through the smoke to try and take that fight. Ryan got surprised by it. Davies is still
wow,
going.
Davies is a god. He was everything. This actually looked really rough for Crew, but Davies is just a hero.
Nukia soon to follow suit. He'll pick up one on the Kesnet, but still.
Yeah, and it was a good call to fall back here in Hill, even though it's a 1v3, just giving him a lot of respect. They wanted to get the Hill, make sure it didn't go into a crazy round. They know they have to plant and they can do this. That was great. What a nice call to go back here and get the Hill as well. Sick round from Davies. Dude, Crew are making really good decisions. Like, I'm loving it.
They're starting to really turn this one onto its head. It's been 3 rounds in a row. You've seen as well, just Davies, it was wild. Like, the fact is,
I mean, this whole duel was wild, yeah. Damn.
An attempt to try and defend Kesnet. Like, he gets tagged up by the drone. He's stuck at the back of the site. There's util flying, and I think in that moment, Davies realized, okay, I have to make a play. I have to take a risk, and his risk paid off perfectly. The fact is, over the last few rounds, Giants have been falling into the trap.
Damn, bro.
The more stacked up side of the map. And
Maple Brown, what's up, bro? How we done? Good to see you, mate.
Control. Like, even just look at where the alarm bot is right now. It's just to stop them getting into the spawn. Everything else, Crew have just been going, okay, let's push A, let's hold B. We're not going to actually play the middle parts of the map at all.
Yeah, it feels so weird. Again, like I said, this is more, there's a lot of metas at the moment on this map, and it's like the newest map that's kind of why. Well, I say that. Lotus still, but it still feels weird in terms of like EMEA didn't play this map much, so this kind of stuff where you take all this mid control and you don't get a kill is like new territory a lot of the time for a lot of EMEA teams.
They managed to get here about 30 seconds earlier.
It's all about trading. If someone was there confident in their individual ability, and they better be, because on the way out, they're going to see Melzer, but they haven't seen the operator
really?
Standing on the site. Kesnet peeks out.
Yeah, and they felt like the chaos that was caused in the last round, they just got a little bit unlucky that Davies went crazy, so they go for it again. And this time it's Kesnet.
Now he can set up back in the spawn for more. 2 kills under his belt already, and 2
yeah, they've run out of ideas.
With Nukia and Rhyme. A safe plant found. Does he even have anything to get out of here? No stars, none refreshing. Rhyme is just a pure duelist now, has to take fights, and he'll get nothing done. Leaving it to Nukia. If anyone was going to clutch from this position, it would be this man. He starts it out well with Kesnet down. He hears the steps of the others, but they're about to round the corner. He's flashed, he's blinded, and he's not able to find this. Surely,
how's he still alive?
Right up and over his head. Nags it, shooting below it.
Nicely done. Yeah, Crew look great at the moment. Giants pretty much looked at the same rounds that they just did, and I think they were just like, as long as Davies doesn't do that again, like, we're kind of fine. It looked like we were in control. So they try and do the exact same thing pretty much, and yeah, it didn't work out.
We really took our time to split through that connector and make our way onto this B site. Let's do it much faster and hope they don't rotate in time. The problem is, not only did they rotate in time, but this time they didn't tag up Kesnet. And that's the difference. Like, you tag up Melcy, you take him down, but there is still the
Do they have, Giants don't have another timeout, or do they? I can't remember.
25 and 16.
So it feels like they need something else. Do they just gonna go for a straight up A hit? Flash goes in, gets blocked by the smoke, so that's pretty nice.
Dangerous in opening duels, but wow, Kesnet not only for the first, he's always good for 2 or 3 more afterwards. It's the scary
How much spam down do they get? So much spam damage. Oh my god, we just go for the straight up A hit. Yeah, ideas we're out. We're fresh out of ideas.
Before his teammates make it out of A main. This is a troubling start to this attacking round for Giants. Losing out on this one, a lot of players won't have money for the next, and Crew will be knocking on victory's door with 12 to 10. We need to see something from these attackers, and they're hoping they can find success on B.
This is kind of right at the moment.
We've witnessed it already from Crew.
They're not going to realize just how much they've owned it, because this is unusual behavior, really. 4 people here, 1 person just holding super passive, and they're going to retake.
This might be where we start to witness a rotation. In fact, no, everybody's still
somehow, this 3v5 is actually one of the best chances they've had for a while.
It has been quite often the case for Giants to just pause and then hit the same site, so it looks like they're just going for that hard read, and if they're wrong, well, it will just be the hit in towards the site, but you can start seeing them shuffle.
Yeah, they have no idea how much they've owned it, though, because why would site be empty?
You're not going to expect this. You're not going to expect 0 players to be on B, so you have to take your time.
The reality is, Crew's retakes have already been on point. Add to that the fact that they have the Viper's Pit if things get a little scary.
And almost all they
got a
use
chance.
Like, look how much other than
Astra ult as well. They might feel like this is one of their better chances. Do they want an Astra ult?
The Tiger, they still have a Flash, they still have all of the smokes, they still have a Snake Bite, like, and they might not even need it because they got Kesnet, who's just gonna pop.
Oh my, how's he out hits getting all of these, and he dashes away from that. Holy hell, there's a clean retake. Dude, popped all of them. Alright, 2 chances. How many has this been in a row? Feels like a lot. Is it 11-7? Is it 5 or is it 6 in a row?
The Giants, well, they need an answer, Mitch.
They most certainly do. And the side of Giants will seek that answer out in the brain of Pipson, who no doubt will be hitting WPM that's never been seen before. The words per minute about to go off the charts. See him taking notes there in the previous round.
He did have a timeout.
For the side of Crew, and it very much looked that way.
I thought he was all out of timeouts.
2 chances for Crew to close this and push us all the way to split. The 3rd map in this series, and frankly, a map that we deserve to see.
It must be really frustrating for Giants as well, because at this point, Crew have basically just given them the keys to the castle. They've gone, you can have the whole map.
Honestly,
we'll give you absolutely everything.
Take mid control really early. Take all the map control you can get super early, and then feel like the B split will work. Like over towards art or something.
And well, in most cases, it's just been those firefights. Every single one of them have been going Crew's way.
The issue that they're struggling with right now, first of all, the fact they're playing so passive, but this alarm bot over towards Spawn, they just don't know about it, and it's causing them an absolute nightmare.
And a Viper's Pit, like, Nags hasn't needed to use it. He's been sat on that for ages.
That's the thing, yeah, we mentioned it a long time ago about the potential of it, and we haven't seen that potential just yet. Hasn't been needed, and with the last round being flawless, yeah, he would have been a lunatic to go throwing it in.
Damn.
The work being done by Kesnet is clear.
And yeah, it's kind of what we talked about. This is the common meta in America. You leave all of this, and EMEA don't really play like this. They're kind of a little bit behind in the meta because they just ignored the map for so long. And now they're just getting, I mean, now they're suffering.
A target-rich environment. Let's see if he can farm up the kills. Drone already
straight up B hit. I mean, sure, this could work.
Finally, they've realized he's here, and it hasn't cost them one of their players.
Astra ult, it's a classic. Can get a good plant down with Astra ult. Recon goes, clears all the elbow.
He will in just a moment, but with Klaus going
down, damn, okay.
Are falling. Now more than ever, they need Kesnet.
Yeah, more direct approach from Giants. Back to basics. They've been playing down the time, and the run and gun is what works out for them. Trading effectively back to those.
I really think that Crew changed up there, how they were playing as well, and I don't think they needed to. So maybe they'll go back to playing how they were.
Giants, but whatever it is, it's working. And what Fnax did, look, financially, they could just try and make this one costly, but it isn't going to make a difference. An 11th round, a blip.
And they didn't have to use the Astra ult, so they could honestly do it here and get a better plant if they wanted to. Pressure's definitely now over towards A.
Well, that's
What do we,
not hitting the shots with the operator, which is a serious rarity. I find it hard to believe.
Looks like they want to get more info over towards B and
stuff. But
stuff.
with Nukia getting close, he was able to find all the value. As we said, he had a very slow start to the game on that defensive side.
Okay,
but
2 chances now down to 1 chance. Let's see if Kesnet can get one.
Either map 3 or overtime.
Because they're going back to him.
And once again, Kesnet seems to be in the right place.
Yeah, the problem with this is it's double drone again, right? It's drone. Oh, use dash to get back?
It will fail to find its mark. Here's a backup rifle to play.
Yeah, how long do we spam for? The thing is, I kind of don't know. They're too far away to hear that he actually dashed like into it and this covered. Okay, Astra ult, they really want this plant. If this plant goes down here, it's going to be a very rough retake.
Nothing to really write home about. They're just going to try and hold on to some
yeah, there goes the plant.
Lockdown is available for Davies though.
But that's so fine because they get the plant, they can get out, and it's just, I mean, it's PAL.
Oh
my goodness, we're fighting very heavy on the site, considering the plant.
Use the Hunter's Fury to deny that extra space and leave it into a 5v5 retake.
Yeah, they waited a moment.
Maybe they're playing this wrong, let's see. There's a big duel coming behind here. A lot of this is up to Nags.
Now they have to go back into all these positions and clear them out the old-fashioned way. And it's not going well.
Damn, Nukia won it.
Nicely
done. Okay, the double B. The double B worked out. 2 chances, we go to overtime, of course. Dude, we get overtime like every single series on a map.
Make it past 30. That's what it was. 29.
Well, you didn't say in regulation. 29. You said for him to win, for them to win the game, to win this map, he needs more than 30.
It's assumed.
He's going to do it now.
Yeah, still, Nukia won a really important duel here.
I will say though, I like the fact that Pipson definitely took notes out of the book of Paper X. If things ain't working, just go for
and again, with their kind of comp, the double drone, it's a nightmare to play like with an off, so going there makes a lot of sense. I'm still a little bit worried for them in terms of the overtime. Like, Crew should still be kind of favorites here, but this is kind of down to whoever can win an attack round.
Or maybe just the pressure has got to Crew. They were looking down and out.
To be fair though, double pistol, right? We've got to include that. It's pretty impressive that Giants got him.
They have a chance once again to take this over the line in 2.
I think we're robbed if we don't go all the way to split. Giants on that defensive side, they've looked good in some of these buy rounds. The challenge was really holding on to arc control, holding on to mid. They put 15.
No way.
And he's taking Kesnet out, following up for
That's insane. I can't believe that. Can't believe he managed to survive those shots. Felt like the timing was just completely against him. Flash was nice at the end. And then, yeah, I mean, that ends up being a pretty costly whiff.
Down the barrel of elimination.
You need the ultimate amount of crew even to believe they'll be able to take this round over the line. ARP was one of their major successes in the early rounds of this matchup. Something very quickly adapted to by Giants. And now Melza left in an impossible clutch. 1 versus 5. I have to believe they're going to have to try and do this once again on their own defensive side.
Okay, nicely done. Strong hold over towards Art here. And then, yeah, all came down to that Fatinho duel. Felt like there were like 4, 5 bullets before. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's like 5 there.
Life at the international event about to be stolen away, and for Crew, being a champion.
Again, though, it's about who can win the attack round.
So.
Okay. I mean, what do they do over towards B? Do they heavy stack B? Do they try and go aggro?
This is a double timeout. I don't know if it's the first. I think we've definitely seen it before. I think
are they double timeout? 2 minutes to talk about it? Well,
because the brothers at the same time use their psychic powers. This time, I can understand it. For Giants wanting to sort of calm the nerves, they definitely had that poor
Pipson managing to talk for the whole 2 minutes, maybe.
Maybe almost wanting to put doubts into the minds of their opponents of whether or not they're just going to rush B again, because that was their initial strategy, their initial plan. And for the side of Crew, It's leveling themselves. They know they can do it on the defense. They've shown it throughout this. It might even be the decision of whether they want to bring in the operator as well. Yeah. Because ultimately it was something that initially was doing fantastically well, but over the last couple of rounds, Kesnet wasn't really hitting with it. I might just want to switch things back up to the rifle.
Which side is easier to retake? It kind of depends on the path, but I mean, A is just like a blanket statement. But
you move into OT, and Giants called for one, and Crew want to take theirs off the back of it. And I think you can very much understand why they would do that. They are one round away.
The coaches? No, the coaches have double screen. This is kind of like split up into this. All your players like 1, 2, 3 POV, 4, 5, and then sometimes you get cams as well of your players as well. But and then you have a little button down here with the same thing in terms of the numbers. You press 2, you get up on your normal screen. So that's kind of what the coaches see. You're out here pressing buttons to get someone on your main screen. So when you get into these pauses, a lot of the time you ask someone to hold down tab like you're seeing here, so that the coach can actually see what's going on. But this is obviously overtime, so you kind of know.
All the way back, making that run through LCQ. For Giants on the other side, expectations were pretty much for them to make it to Tokyo. Fell a little bit flat, and then made it into LCQ fairly clean in the end. Didn't even have to show too much to opponents. Now we get to see if they can do it here, get their first victory at Champions, get that rematch versus EDG, or if Crew will be a thorn in their side once again.
You don't have money or all info on the coach screen. No, you have to pretty much, I mean, a lot of the time the IGL just presses tab the whole time anyway to work out what's going on. So you kind of just, a lot of the time you have his POV up. You're just kind of looking at it. They push heavy. I wonder how many numbers they hear with this one. Giants look like they're taking a timing. It's interesting the Crew change up everything that was working. Like maybe they overthought this one. I'm not sure. Either way. Nothing too crazy in terms of... Oh boy, what's the timing like on this? This is close. It's like a base race. They get past here?
The story of this B site. Can they get back into position in time?
Oh
boy. Goes through the smoke, and he's punished for it. In fact, every player on their swing is being punished. Davies,
damn.
He doesn't even realize how much control is gone.
Oh
it's
my.
the beginning of the end. Giants look like they have this one set in stone. And only one man stands in their way.
This is how it ends as well. That was crazy. That was a weird round.
It's not had a bad game so far, but this would be a gargantuan task. The side of Giants, they're already thinking about that matchup. EDG waiting for them. Revenge within their grasp. The final player standing in their way has been spotted. Grime will be the one.
Nicely done in the end. Nicely done. And you got to remember they didn't win any pistols into this, so that's an impressive win from them.
Going for revenge.
Looked yeah, looked a little bit ropey at one point there, but impressive.